I've got the curtains up there, which is nice and dark, and I'm going to get some storage on the end and just have the bed at the one end. So somebody suggested to me about turning this desk around here and 4 inches short, because that would give me more space to get my chair out. But what I might do today and test it out is to put my desk back here, so I'm back under the windowsill, and obviously as I go up here I can have storage for my drums up top on that side, and then put the wheel back in here, so I can have a wheel, I can have the cat litter tray and the cat food and everything over this side, and that gives a bit more space for them to actually use, and actually they can actually use the steps up then as a bit of a climbing frame and a jumping wall like they used to do. So that side would be a cat's. This will be a lot better for me at the desk to be seen here, looking through the window, and it fit really nicely. I know that I've got to get this bit of wood up off the floor, and also it's going to be a lot easier to clean the wheel over that side, and also give me access to the leaky floor as well, so I can get a nice bit of wet floor, so I can get a nice bit of vinyl on the floor and on the walls there to actually have the clean area for the cats, which would be easy to do. Not going to be too much of a hassle, I don't think. That's just hung on the wall by a couple of hooks. That's connected to the tabletop, so just move that over, and hopefully just shuffle over if I've got room to get it out. So I'm going to try and do that today while the cats are out. As you can see, the state of this wheel needs a good old wash from all the nasty shitties that Misty's been doing. You can get removable pads on here, so it can be taken off completely, but I might try taking that aside and giving it a good old wash with some hot soapy water. Cats are outside at the moment playing. I think Iain's still inside the front. He's got a harness on and bells on at last, and his tracker on, but he's enjoying the sun at the moment. And the grass is very wet and long at the moment, so just putting them out the way. It's Wednesday, so Iain's going to be over this afternoon and see if we can get her, look at her ignition, see if we can dash and see if we can get her mobile, and then I can get over to his next week and we can start completing it. I did do a bit of scraping yesterday on the other side, on the driver's side, where the aluminium's got to go. So that just that I managed to do that in the mood that I was in, and thank you for everybody's support and comments that have after yesterday's thing. I'm trying to sort of push myself on. I'm going to a contact step change, but obviously I wanted to get all the money at the bank and all the money spent from the van onto Grace, so I didn't actually have and money allocated anywhere else apart from onto Grace. It was important I do that, so I just wanted to finish off getting Grace done really first, rather than having so all the vehicle cash is being spent into the vehicles, otherwise I am stuck. But anyway, so that would be the thing of that. So maybe next month I'll go ahead with that. We'll see how will I do this month first. I say I don't want to preempt anything. I don't want to go too fast. We're back at the shows next month and everything, so things may go well if I can get myself in gear. And I worked a lot better with the desk here. It was clearer, it's more space. I can watch the cab, I can watch outside, so that might actually be better in energy basically. And like I say, it's also really nicer to look out on to see that workspace and hide the cat wheel. Yeah, and like I said, because that's an 8-foot space above the cab, the cats can go up their side. I can build a section up that side, which is to store the drums and everything. But yeah, we'll see what I can do. So here we go. Let me just get back a minute. I have moved the desk back into the original position. That means a chair can go there at the way as well. Chair can be sat there in the daytime. So the cat tunnel is available. My paints are just wedged in with a little bit of non-moving thing. I need to have 2 lots of wiring now, one coming from there and one coming out of here. I suppose I'll have to make that go up and around to get into this bit instead of going around that way. So the desk is in lovely. Little tray still sits in there. I've just put a extra bit of ply on there, just a bit of extra storage. I know it looks a mess, but it's a make do, but it's also stopping that coming out. It's just giving me somewhere to put an extra bit of space. Move the hammock to in there, so we've got a couple of cat carriers there where the cats can sit and watch me work. Chief can now sit and look out the window. I've had to put a stopper on this door, otherwise it would have hit the wheel. So obviously the wheel's in here. This is all obviously temporary. The floor's got to be done. It's all damp in there. All that's got to come off. But now it gives me opportunity to get and start insulating and sorting this corner out. There is room for a little desk here, so we might make an extra little bit of a table there coming off, for a little bit of shelf, and that's obviously stops this falling over when we're travelling as well. So that's something else. Obviously the floor's got to be done. Cat food's out the way there, and also got an extra bit of space by having that there to put the cat litter and so on and so forth. Steps obviously here going up, so this, when it's tidier, you can see there's a nice little seating cum storage area, and you can sit on there and have a cup of tea. So we might build something in here to fit in with all this. And then also, once we've got all this insulated and covered, this then gives me the opportunity to have either more cat taming frames or more storage or something else on here. Might have maybe box wall storage here for cat food, so that then clears up, gives me a bit more space in my kitchen area. And along there, that's the catwalk, and we wanted to have storage up there, boxes up there. So again, this can all be your cat area. I've got all the harnesses and everything that takes up so much space in my area. Oh, hello, darling. It's very warm. So obviously you can see here, if I claim the 2 foot on the end of the bed, or 1.5 foot on the end of the bed, I can put my drums and everything here at work and have them stored all the way down there, and then be carried when they're made. And that doesn't affect the bed, which will have access on that side for the cats to travel in, or for anybody else if they work with me to come and stay and have somewhere to sleep. And obviously working on diesel heater, it may be easier to put a diesel heater in here so we all have a warm area, and I can sleep in there if I'm cold. Cats all in here, so we can have a warm area. So we might have the diesel heater having the cause that's obviously the electrical cupboard. We might have it so that the hole is coming out straight over the top of the cat's hole or somewhere. We'll work something out, whether it sits on a shelf and comes through. But this is probably a bit more space to work with than the other room. And obviously I wanted a fire log burner in the room anyway, and that's gonna. What are you doing? And obviously now I'll be working back in this area. What are you doing? The curtain is obviously in the way a bit, coming down here, nowhere for that to really sit, so I've got to hang that over the door. So I might have to rethink that. Oh dear. Well, I might move that to over the main door, which I haven't got yet. The curtain pole was too long, so if we're able to cut shorten the pole, then obviously I can put that over this door, which is where the cold comes in anyway, which would then save having all these. And then these two curtains could go on that back wall. I've just actually put my covering on the back wall out the way. Don't know where to put that yet. So yeah, this obviously looks a lot tidier and better and more not so when you come in. So it does look better. Have a desk here. I'm actually sitting back in here again rather than sitting on the bed. So it means I can sit and do some work, which is what I needed to do. That's screwed to the table, so I've got somewhere to lean the drum against to paint. So this is much better. This is what I was on about the loo seat. This bit of wood I've cut out, that when the loo's out of there, in the daytime, look, I can use the loo. So I can just move that, sit on the loo, that storage goes in there when it's travelling, or we can travel here. So when the toilet's out, this goes down as a step. But at the moment, I can just put it in there and just cover it, so I can get to it easily, rather than to go into that, pull it all open, lift it all up and everything into the loo. And with my issues, that's a bit slow. So this is obviously looking a lot better for space and layout. Like I say, the chair can sit here, it can tuck under the desk. I've got accessibility to get it in and out. The food for the cats should really go under there when the cat litter and everything's everywhere else. It's just all got to be sorted out. But yeah, I'm obviously it just looks a mess at the moment, but when that's all got the nice washable vinyl and things, so if there's any accidents with on the wheel and everything, so you can see it's been happening, then if it's all vinyl on this wall and on this floor and this corner, it can all be washed and disinfected. As can in the litter tray. I made that, obviously they've got more of a hidden litter tray, which is nice and dark and not so much seen. Just little bits of sort of temporary things just to make sure things don't fall out. It's just ideas, screwing everything down. Obviously the desk hasn't been painted or anything yet, or varnished or anything yet, so it is what it is. And she's very loving. So yeah, I'm sweating a bit at the moment. I've obviously got to take all the cable nails off there. But that, as I say, that wall and this area and that floor, we have access to now start, insulating and working on that later as and when need to do so. But for now, it works. Like I say, that door, stopping it, hitting against the door, but if Chief jumps on top of that, it was shut. But I can get through it okay. It's working all right. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Like I say, I can also sit and look out the window, as can the cats. And I'm more involved with the cats and have them sleeping back in here rather than taking over my kitchen, my space. They'll obviously then go in there when I'm in there, but we really want to get them back in here and travelling in here, and you know, they don't have to travel on the bed, they can travel in their little beds up here. So they've all got one each now. Oh, right, so there we go. That's what I've been up to. A bit better. And you see, if I put a table in there, you can't see a bit, well, you can just see the wheel around the end. So if I build like this with this back in here, it's going to be a lot better. It's also nice for me to sit there and look at the windows, front and back, front and side, and I'm more comfortable sitting down and getting on some painting as well, which helps. So Iain's just left. It's not good news. He's just can't find out what's wrong with it. That said, he's not an electrical guy for lorries, so he's going to go find his mate and see if he can get him over here. And wait, see what happens. So I'm still stranded, and so there you go. Cayman's just trotting off with Bentley. That's the time with him. Misty's come out. Connie's sat in the front windowsill, so won't be in for walks. Obviously, this news is not helping my depression, but like I say, I'm just getting on with it. I've just sat down and been doing my finances. It looks like barred 2 credit cards I've paid. I'm all paid up for May. So if I can get the drum, my commission drum, painted by the end of the month and cash in on that, then that'll be that sorted. But then of course all the other lot will then due again early June. So it's all getting on top of me a little bit, but we're not going to stress. We've got a few weeks to go yet. The most important thing at the moment is trying to find out why Grace can't move. Because if she can't move, then we're not going anywhere, and I can't get to shows and I can't do anything. So all I can do is just push on, get all my stock sorted and painted, and just, you know, like I say, get stuff online, get selling. Probably have to try and get into the bungalow as well and tidy that up and get things sold from in there as well. But the bird's beautiful. Just have a few moments outside right now just to yeah, chill a little bit and try not to sort of feed my stress and anxiety and break down too much. Just enjoy it. It looks like Cayman and Bentley are going to do so. Right, I'm just in the cab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing the fuses and testing the fuses, because Grace has decided that she's not going to release the accelerator thing that makes it restricts the accelerator from working. So I'm just going to do the basics and just check and change the fuses whilst I'm waiting for Iain to find somebody who can help. Here we go. So I've just done the fuses and I just picked up the post and I got this amazing card. I'll read it out to you later, but the words are just so thoughtful. So thank you so much. I think I know who sent it and you're already in tears over it. I'll share with you shortly. So yeah, I've changed all the fuses. They're all new now. Checked her again. And thanks again to Mike who's talking to me through it, and Iain. Hopefully they will have a chat together and try to resolve what's going on. If not, then I'm going to have to get in there and do a wiring investigation by video chat, which, you know, I'm going to do have to do. Started another drum there. Loving this desk, it's sorted out absolutely brilliantly. I'm actually sitting down able to do some work. Cats have been out. I'm just now to go cook some dinner. It's about, what time is it now? It's 3 in the afternoon and it's all been go and I haven't had anything to eat yet, so I'm going to sort that out now. Accelerator working, rev counter working, not going straight on the 15 like it was before. Pressure working as it should do. Temperature said will go up as and when, but it does come off its little spot tiny bit when it registers. Fuel working, and that's staying where it is, but that's fair enough. Excuse the state of me, look at the state of me. Oh my god, I am buzzing. I have to say a huge thank you to Mike, who's just been pushing me at my comfort zone and making me do some electrical investigations on Grace, and got her working. The state of me. Iain was awesome. He came over the other day, checked all the ignition wire and made sure there's nothing wrong there, and that's it. But then, you know, he couldn't do any more, so he said, right, we've got to sort of get somebody into, you know, doing all the wire inside and everything, and checking out what else it could be. But he's been trying to get hold of his mate. But meanwhile, Mike, who's been all through my build, he's been advising me, basically doing like an idiot's guide. So he talks slowly to me, he makes me believe in myself, he makes me understand things, he, you know, knocks me down a peg and gets me sort of focusing, and he's been absolutely brilliant, giving me lists of things to buy, what I need and everything. And you know, he's great. He's an ex-forces mechanic, lovely little guy who's just been there by text, and you know, him and Iain have been godsends, they really have. Anyway, he told me whilst Iain was looking for help and extra thing, to, you know, buy the fuses, change all the fuses. So I went and did fuses today. A few of them were wrong. I filled them. I basically changed every single fuse, checked her again, and that made something where I think one of the gauges started working again. I'll tell you what, the I call it the coil light, but that light started showing, which never, the cold start light started showing, which never did before. So that was then work on the dash. And then he was saying, well, we've got to test the check the switch, test the wiring and things like that there. So I was like dismantling this secret switch and seeing what dials were then working. So after the fuses, something was working. Then after we disconnected the whole switch, then the oil pressure gauge started working again, as the temperature one. So things were starting to come together, but we still couldn't get my revs. So I mean, what happens is she was over revving. This special switch basically disengaged. It stops you driving away. It just puts revs on. It doesn't let you. The accelerator won't accelerate, or you have no control of the accelerator. So we had to try to, the switch that turns it on and off. Basically, I had to try to. It wasn't switching basically. We couldn't turn it off, so I was stuck here with an engine running and couldn't go anywhere. So playing with the switch, we sort of disconnected. I tried to explain what I did. Disconnected the female spade connectors. See, I'm learning what these things are called, and then tried her again, and then with the same things happening. She still didn't come off the revs. So then I had to. He said, "Go find a bit of wire. I need to sort of get you to connect the connectors together with wire to test that out." So first I did it wrong. I only put like a thin bit of wire in. He said, double it over and do it again. So I turned it on, nothing happened. I had a dead engine. I said, is that good or bad? He said, no, make it a thicker connection. So fold the end over. So then I put the wire ends in these switch connectors and these spade connectors without the switch. So basically I presume I was making my own like connector between the two to make it live like this, like the switch would have done. And put them in and she started and everything was the same. And I said, hang on a minute. The rev counter had dropped down and nothing. So then I thought, oh, the revs aren't high. Then I realised, hang on, that's a different sound. I thought, oh, let's try the accelerator paddle. And I accelerated and she was working. And I was just so overjoyed. I thought, oh my God, we found it. So basically, I was then stuck there with this bit of wire. So I can't drive around with a bit of wire stuck in, Grace. And he said, no, it's just the switch wasn't switching. So it was either a faulty or dirty switch. We ordered a new one, but then he said, right, put the old switch back on. Because I remember when I tried to take the spade connectors out, one of them was really, really stuck and stiff and everything. So obviously it needed some cleaning out or something there. So he said, well, just put that back on, put the old switch back on, push the connectors back on, and then try it. And she still runs an accelerator where it's fine. Now, I'm not turning the switch on or off. The switch isn't working. So we've ordered a new switch. But as for her being able to start and stop and the accelerator, touch wood, at the moment she's working. And I'm so proud because I was so scared to do all this. I kept putting it off. So hang on, I've got to do this. I've got all through the day I was like saying, I'll do it again in a minute when the cats are back in or back out and everything else like that. And I was so scared. My mind is such that I get paranoid. I think the whole thing's going to blow up. And I said, is it safe? Is it safe to do this? Is it safe to do that? So I don't understand the electrics. And this was one of the reasons about being the whole point of Grace, was that it was about me learning on a vehicle that was easy enough to learn on. And Mike has been so good. He, totally pushed me out my comfort zone. And yeah, really so proud, so happy. I'm emotional. Obviously I've just left her as she is. I'm going to test her again tomorrow. I've got to remember I've got to go turn the isolator switch off before I forget to do that. But I'm so emotional. I'm so chuffed. It's just the fact it doesn't work again tomorrow. It's just the fact I pushed through my fear. I'm so proud. So thank you so much, Iain. Thank you so much, Mike. Fingers crossed now. We'll wait. Hopefully the other switch will come tomorrow. So I'm put a new switch on, and then I can get to Iain, and Iain can carry on. Obviously still not got the new ignition and things and that in or anything. But yeah, I'm just feel so blessed. These two guys have been my saviours. They've been there for me when nobody else has, and the support has been incredible. So thank you, Iain. Thank you, Mike. I can't repay you. I can't repay you enough. A lot more work to do. But we'll get there. Thanks, guys.
Dear Cat, just wanted to send you a little card to let you know how much you are loved and appreciated. I see how difficult life is for you at times and wish you knew how precious you are. You can do this work. You are made for it. Believe in yourself. There is no such thing as failure, just learning, and we are all constantly learning as students of life. Spirit has your back. You are protected. It is safe now for you to step forward and be seen. When you truly start believing in yourself and trusting what you can do, more people will come out and see you and acknowledge you to help you move forwards towards your destiny. Success and abundance is already yours. Sending you the warmest hugs, love, support and encouragement. You are not alone. Love, Sarah. Little by little, day by day, what is meant for you will find its way. You are strong enough to face it all, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Taking care of yourself is productive. You're so busy doubting yourself, while so many others are intimidated by your potential. That's so true. Thank you, Sarah. Much love.